All right, tonight, liberal lunacy is spiraling out of control on both coasts. Now, listen to this. New York City's government, they agreed to pay over $20,000 each to hundreds of protesters from the 2020 riots because they were either confined or they claim they were beaten by the police. Now, the total bill comes in at more than $6 million. Protesters, and by the way, they used a New York City police van on fire to entice people to come to that, what ended up being, quote, called a riot by some. But that's not all. New York City, get this, only in New York City, they are going to buy 5 outside public toilets. They're paying $5.3 million to install 5 toilets across the 5 boroughs. Now, that costs less than, what, $1 million to buy. It's all due to the bureaucratic red tape, big government spending, regulations. And by the way, it's no better on the West Coast. Oregon is now considering a bill to pay homeless people $1,000 every month simply for being homeless. You can't make this up. Here now, Outkick founder Clay Travis, former New York City mayoral candidate. Boy, this city would be so much better off if he had won. Curtis Sliwa. Now, Mayor Adams appointed you the rat czar. Are you still the rat czar?
No, he fired me within 3 days at no pay because I was actually getting stuff done in front of his building.
Oh,
it was embarrassing to him. How can you deal with rats in the city if you can't even deal with the rats in your own building?
That's a great question. All right, let's talk about the insanity of these New York policies here. Sure. You're paying protesters. They use this image of a New York City Police Department van ablaze to entice people to go to this event. They had a curfew in place. Police enforced the curfew, and now every one of those protesters gets $21,500. Are you kidding me?
It's Black Lives Matter Lotto, Antifa Lotto. It's incredible. Remember, on this very network, Hawk Newsom, head of Black Lives Matter, said, we're going to burn this mother down, right? Yeah. And that was in the Bronx. And that's exactly where these demonstrators were, attacking cops, throwing Molotov cocktails, cops getting barraged, having to go to the hospital. Imagine you get a payday of $21,000. You remember, Sean, I was battling Antifa Black Lives Matter. They broke my jaw. That's why you have those pictures with me with that beard to act as a protection. What did I get? I got rats. I got bupkis. And I tell you what, this is just symptomatic of the city. You go out there, you burn, loot, and shoot, and we give you money. The only way you actually make more money, sneak down to Mexico, come across the border, come up to New York. We put you in a 5-star top-shelf hotel. We give you champagne and cocktails and caviar, all at taxpayers' expense. $4 billion. You
can't beat that.
$4 billion, Sean.
This is why he should have been elected. All right, let me bring in Clay Travis. Clay, $1,000 a month to be homeless. How are they going to afford that, and how many people will be taking advantage of that?
Look, all of these left-wing policies, I appreciate Curtis there, they're all broken, right? And what is happening is, if you look at California, you look at New York, what are people saying? I can stay where I am and pay 12 or 13% state income tax, or guess what? The great state of Tennessee, where I am right now, or Florida, or Texas, 0% state income tax. So what happened with COVID, Sean, red got redder, blue got bluer, and a lot of people who do have the ability to leave have said, I'm fed up, I'm not fighting these battles anymore, I'm going to leave behind all this left-wing insanity, and I'm going to go to a sane red state where I got a 0% state income tax, and I really think that it's changing everything.
There's going to be 5 public toilets. $1 million in New York. You will not be able to use any one of them. Not one. You're going to miss out.
They won't work either. That's the other crazy thing. You know, they're going to put them in. They're going to work for like a week, and then they're going to break.
And how much is a porta potty? You can rent. I used to be in construction. You can rent a porta potty for a month, and it's only a few $100s a month. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, Sean, what do you think? These are Saddam Hussein gold-plated porcelain palaces. Remember how he had one at every palace? And it's only $200,000, $800,000 to install.
I know.
That means you have no-show jobs, feather bedders. You hold the wrench.
Oh, no,
I hold.
I'm going to tell you right now. What's going to happen is the drug addicts are going to use it. They're going to shoot up in it. The homeless people, they're going to squat in it. You'll never get them out.
Put up a hibachi grill in there, right? And bring all the homeless people in.
They will give you the last word. The world has gone nuts. We need.
Look, I wish Curtis would be out there taking care of the rats because they're everywhere. You can't go anywhere. Thank you.
I think we're better off if we move. Would you ever move out of New York?
No, improve, don't move. We fight for what we know is right. We're not giving up our city.
I'll miss you when I'm
done. You see, I'm taking on AOC, right? In Astoria, set up the Ronald Reagan Republican Club right there.
You'll have to visit me when I move to a no-income tax state. You can come visit.
No, Sean, please, don't go. I want you to come into the subway with me again for old time's sake.
For old time's sake. I will do that. All right.